Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. I'm your host with the most, it's your boy Marco the Kettle from the Kettle's Lounge. And today we've got a treat. We've got Saints Row Gat Out of Hell, the standalone DLC for Saints Row 4. But it does have its own platinum, thankfully. And it's not as bad as the Saints Row 4 platinum, which I'll probably do straight after I finish recording this one. So for those who don't know what Saints Row is, it's a game. Well, of course, I forget who it's made by. Just off the top of my head. It's an old school game, game series. I forget when the first one comes out, but you've obviously got your Saints Row 2, which is a cult classic. Saints Row 3, another magnificent game. Saints Row 4, beautiful as well. And like I said, Gat Out of Hell, which was actually a standalone DLC for Saints Row 4. Now, trophies. Let's talk about them. That's what I do. You've got 45 trophies altogether. It might be 48. And there's no standout trophies. There's no trophies where I go and I really want to do this again. So just having a quick look here. Yeah, 45 trophies in total. There are a few difficult ones, of course, which I'll go over when we get to the difficulty section. But overall, it's an easy platinum. There is a singular multiplayer trophy, unfortunately. But that shouldn't take away how amazing this game is, how funny the lines are, just the overall story of it. Especially if you're a big fan of the Saints Row series like I am, then it's definitely, I'd say this is more enjoyable than 4, especially when going for the platinum. But it's way shorter than 4. Because as I've said twice, it's a DLC technically. But yeah, let's just go over a few trophies. You've got your time ones, you've got your superpower ones, your 100%. Then just some miscellaneous ones like fly, be on fire and fly for 60 seconds. Let's have a look here. Choose new powers or elements for all your powers. Go from one place to the other without landing. Like I said, play co-op. I fly 500 meters while on fire and fly continuously for 60 seconds. Then you do have a few missables I'll get into. Other than that, let's just get into rating the platinum rather than dilly-dallying. Okay, so what do we rate them on? The platinums, that is. We rate them on time, difficulty, how the game feels to play, the enjoyability of playing it solo, tedious trophies, missable trophies, and multiplayer trophies. Now let's get into time, shall we? So time, this game should only take you 20 hours, and I don't mean, when I say should only take you 20 hours, I mean 20 hours on the dot. One of the time trophies is to get, to play for 20 hours, but depending on how you are with challenges, whether you need someone to do multiplayer with, because I'll include this one here, and I'll include the multiplayer here, with time solely because of the one multiplayer trophy, which is play co-op for 3 hours. So that's it. Play co-op for 3 hours. So if you're doing your 20 hours and you're just looking for someone to do the last 3 with, I can see how it can go with 20 hours. But there is, well, yeah, that's it for time. It should take you 20 hours, no less, but it might be more. It just depends if you play the game with someone else while doing your challenges or not. Okay, difficulty. This game is not difficult, not in the slightest. There's only, I'd say 5, a handful of challenges, or trophies I should say, that you might struggle on. The first one being in tournament fraud, which is what the gameplay you're seeing on screen is. Hit 5 consecutive vehicles, so 5 vehicles consecutively, without touching the ground. Easy as it might sound, it is difficult, because if you enter punishment mode, which is the golden bar top left, the moment you touch a vehicle, everything explodes, and if, say, you're trying to roll from one vehicle to the other, you can't, because, well, it'll explode both vehicles, of course. Other ones like that is, of course, the old challenges one. Simply because the challenges, there's a few that can be a pain, like killing legionnaires, tragedy demons, and bro demons. Just different types of demons you need to kill, because they only spawn in certain segments of the map. So if you're not too sure where they spawn, it can get a bit confusing. So yeah, all challenges. I already forgot. Hit 5 vehicles consecutively. Get a comet into the Volta building. The Volta is the, I don't want to say main hub, but like your starting area, starting location. And a comet, if you see those 2 cars that I've just blown up that were smoking, you need to drive one of those into your main building. It doesn't seem too hard, but those vehicles tend to set on fire, and the moment the vehicle sets on fire, you can't enter it anymore, and the doors automatically close for the Volta building. There's another one with a comet, which is car surf on a comet while it explodes. Once again, it's one of those where you need to get lucky and find a comet that's being driven around and not on fire. Then you need to get on it without exploding it, then wait for it to set on fire and car surf until it sets on fire. So it sounds easy, but yeah. Of course, I played this entire game with Silly, with the one who I did Overcooked with, We Were Here with, Dark Souls 3 with, Bloodborne with, of course. So that's what I got my 3 hours with. Other than that, maybe finding someone else to do your 3 hours with, that might be difficult as well. I can't think of any. There is one that I almost forgot about. Terminal Hog. Yeah, Terminal Hog is a difficult one, because you need to take, there's 4 buildings, I forget what they're called, I apologise for that. There's 4 buildings you need to take over, and you have to do that entire takeover while on a motorbike. And it sounds easy, but once again you need to stand on these, like, imagine domination in games. You need to capture 3 points, but if an enemy stands on it, it takes it down, and just maneuverability in the buildings while on a bike is quite shoddy. But that's it for difficulty. I think I'd give it a 3, maybe even a 2. I'd give it a 2.5 on difficulty right there. Now, how the game plays. The game plays fantastic. I love the flight feature in it. I love the upgrades for your different abilities. I think, although it's, as I've said for the 40th time, a standalone DLC, a DLC, I think this plays better than Saints Row 4 itself. Blasphemy, I know, but I really do think that, and I definitely suggest whenever it's on sale, whenever it's free, or if you go PS Now, definitely grab this game. The combat's fun, like I said, the lines that some of the characters say are funny. It's just an overall good experience to play. And that leads me into enjoyability of playing it solo. Now I said I did this with Lily, but I think I did first 4 hours solo, then I did 5 hours with Silly, then I think I did another 5 hours solo, then on my 15th hour I finished all my challenges, and from there I was just waiting, and I did it, I say in the morning of recording, I think 1 o'clock, half 1, I was just laid in bed waiting. I was in Silly's world and I just fell asleep. So from half 1 till 3 o'clock when I woke up again, I ended up platinuming the game. But everyone was laughing at me. Gergie tried phoning me. Yeah, no, I was out like a light, and I unfortunately missed my platinum popping, but what can you do when you've got nothing to do but sit and wait for your time? Yeah, so other than that, like I said, it's fun to play, it's fun to do all challenges, but getting that 20 hours is definitely boring. Now, what's next? Glitch trophies, I believe. I don't think there is any glitch trophies. None that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, no, there's no glitch trophies, thankfully. So we'll move on to missable trophies, and missable trophies there are 2. And like I said, it was the one with the motorbike. That is a missable trophy, because once you've captured all the buildings, you can't recapture them. And there's one other, and after you save Dane, which is it's like the opening mission, so it's not like I'm spoiling anything there. You have to there's 26 spires around the map you can destroy, and they shoot missiles at you to shoot you out the air, and you've got to, while hovering, blow one up. Yeah, so those are the only 2 missable ones. Now, multiplayer. I've done my multiplayer trophy at the beginning. Like I said, it's solely 3 hours co-op. Tedious trophies. That's what I'm missing. Tedious trophies. 20 hours played. 20 hours played is the only one I'd consider tedious. Maybe getting other challenge for other people. That might be considered tedious. Sorry. 101 challenges in total, and it's essentially just play the game, use different guns, and that's it. But I think it's time to rate the platinum now. How do I rate? It's not necessarily because it's hard to rate a platinum when it's a mixture of everything I've said. but of course, you know, it's not like I take the average and say that's what my thing on it, because I don't know what this is. I'm supposed to be saying here, but how do I rate Platinum here? 9 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. I'll go actually. You can round up to 9 if you want. 8.5 out of 10. Like I said, I enjoy the game. It's enjoyable, replayable. Definitely more than Saints Row 4. The only thing that brings it down 1.5 ratings is the 20 hours and the multiplayer trophy. Because like when I posted it on Reddit, there's people asking for partners to help. You know, it's one of those where if Silly didn't have the game, it'd be a bit, you know, difficult for me to get that platinum. I probably wouldn't have got it either if it weren't for him. But yeah, so 8.5 on the platinum rating, 2.5 on the difficulty of the platinum, and overall I'd say a 2 on difficulty for the game itself. Even a 1.5. But yeah, that's been all. Before I sign off, everything is my opinion. Don't take my opinion to heart. Look at multiple reviews on the game before you buy and attempt the platinum. Because you might not like it, you might give up. So yeah, formulate your own opinion, and yeah. It's been your host with the most. It's been your boy, young Lord Marco the Kettle, from the Kettles Lounge. I hope you all have a nice week, and peace.